to the Supreme Court.
After a 3-day search for an apex court judge, the Judicial Service Commission named one William Ouko, the head of the appellate court, as the person deemed to take over from Jackton Ojwang.
After the deliberations this afternoon and careful consideration of the performance of the various candidates who were interviewed for the position of Judge of the Supreme Court, the Commission has today recommended for appointment Honorable Mr. Justice Ouko William Okello, CBS EBS, President of the Court of Appeal, as Judge of the Supreme Court of Kenya, and has submitted his name to His Excellency the President for appointment.
58-year-old William Ouko has been at the helm of the Court of Appeal since 2018, and in his interview early Wednesday morning, painted a picture of what he intends to bring on board once he joins the 7-member team that comprises of the Supreme Court judges.
Going beyond the period.
Having failed in his quest to become Kenya's Chief Justice, Ouko says the judiciary has suffered the consequences of poor budgetary allocations, which has been going on for years, and it's about time this changes.
The judiciary is, to use this strong word, retarded, because of the way it is treated. For us, all of us to march, the three arms, to march together in unison, to achieve these goals, there is need for equity.
With a treasury allocation of a total of 17.92 billion shillings in contrast to other arms of government, where the executive will receive a total of 1.31 trillion shillings from the projected 3.02 trillion shillings in the upcoming financial year, and Parliament getting a whopping 37.88 billion shillings, Ouko seeks to revitalize effective service delivery of justice within the judicial service system.
In its budget, of course, the executive is very big. Parliament gets 37 billion, and then you give judiciary 17 billion. Then you can see why we cannot walk in the same at the same speed.
Ouko, however, would throw a blow at the Judicial Service Commission when asked by Commissioner Koskei on remedies he would bring on board to tame the ever-growing tribalism within the judiciary.
Our turn to eat is a very, very dangerous disease. Very, very, very dangerous. And people say in our region, I really don't have a prescription. All I know is that we are very deeply tribal, deeply. Even in this commission, deeply tribal. I want to leave it at that.
Ouko believes that the language used in dissenting arguments should be subjected to an overhaul.
That's one case that I think the Supreme Court perhaps needs to look at because of the kind of criticism that has come as a result. And I think the dissenting opinion of the retired CJ to some of us makes more sense because he draws an analogy between the requirement to be elected as president of the nation.
On the other hand, a first-timer before the Judicial Service Commission, High Court Judge Joseph Sermon would be put to task over his move to free up suspects in exchange for traditional cleansing ceremony.
The impact of that decision is that it has now opened access of justice to people who can now easily seek for rights in land. And secondly, it also promoted the supremacy of the Constitution.
Making her second appearance was Justice Alice Yano, who made forth her case in her quest to become a judge at the Supreme Court. Martin Opio, K24 TV.